A very warm welcome to the Dhamana Talk Show, and this is another episode that I'm glad you guys are tuned in. So actually today we're going to do something out of the norm. Today we're going to have a talk, a normal youth talk with my guest. And my guest on studio is Miss Alice Watare, and she is a high school teacher. She is a very outgoing person, and of course has the interest of most youths at heart. Miss Alice, karibu sana to today's episode.
Thank you so much for having me here today. It's such a privilege, and I'm so honored.
Thank you so much. So today, as I've said earlier, we're going to do something out of the norm, and we're not going to do the question and answer thing. Today we're going to pick a question, or no, not a question actually. Today we're going to pick a topic from these papers, and whichever we take, we're going to discuss it and of course give our remarks about it. Are you ready for this?
So ready.
Should I start or should you take over?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, drug abuse.
Drug abuse. So, have you ever taken any drugs?
Medicinal. Yes.
Medicinal, yeah. So I think drugs is just anything that can alter the way your body functions. And apart from the medicinal drugs, that's not what we want to discuss here. We want to discuss the other drugs that people tend to abuse. So it can be mira, it can be bang, cocaine,
alcohol,
kuber, alcohol. The list is endless. So I think most people take these drugs either when they are stressed or because of peer pressure.
True.
Or because of curiosity, you want to try.
Yeah.
Your friend told you when you take bang,
this will happen,
and
you
like
feel
high.
nice.
Yes. So I think out of curiosity, peer pressure, or just maybe you want to forget something. So my view on drugs is that you can get addicted. You actually get addicted to drugs, and they end up messing your whole life, be it spiritual, socially, how you function at work or in school. So I just advise teenagers and youths out there to just refrain from using the drugs.
So I tend to believe that you go ahead and ask a person, so how did you start using alcohol?
Yeah.
And a person will tend maybe to say, it all started by just tasting.
Yeah.
And they say when you do something once, you want to try it
Yes,
and try it
do it
again and
again.
again and
Yeah.
again. So my view is like, just know who you are.
Yes, true.
When you know who you are and where you're headed to, you'll avoid things like alcohol, maybe,
Yeah.
bang and all that. And people, why? Okay, let me ask this, because maybe you're, people tend to say that, okay, most youths actually right now, off the public line.
Yeah.
It's now McKenna I'm talking about, and McKenna is using drugs, but maybe the parents are not aware and all that. And you ask, why are you using bang? And people will, I'll just say, it's fun. It's I'm just taking it because it's fine. What value does it add to your life? Nothing. It's just fun. To the youths out there who are using things like bang, alcohol, what would you tell them, you as a person?
I think, okay, if you're into drugs already, I'm sure your family will want to help you to stop taking the drugs. But at the end of the day, change starts with you.
Yeah, true.
Your parents can pay for rehab, and they're so expensive. But even if you go there and the change does not start within you, it will be for nothing.
True.
So I think for someone to see the change, I think you first have to look at your life where you are now and where you were before and where you wanted to be. So are the drugs helping you to actualize your purpose and your vision? And also you can, if you look also at your state of health, how you look like, your weight. I'm sure there's so many changes that someone experiences when they do drugs. You can even do the research on YouTube. You can Google and see how people change before they started taking drugs and after. So one, the change starts with you. And two, you can pray about it. There's nothing that God cannot solve.
Do. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And to our parents out there, most of the parents out there do not know their children are involved in drugs.
Yes.
And maybe how should they know? Like, I am a parent,
Yeah.
yes, and I don't know my child is a drug addict. Then how can I help? You know, if I don't know, I can't help.
If you don't know, you can't help.
So how can we read the psychology of these kids?
So the thing with drugs is eventually there'll be evidence.
Yeah.
You can't hide it for too long, especially if you live with the parents or you just meet them on a daily basis or maybe after a while. The evidence will start to be there. You'll see the person either has lost an amount of weight, they won't take care of their personal hygiene, they'll start to look dirty and shaggy. Also, they might avoid you. They might avoid discussing some issues with you.
Yeah.
They might avoid eye contact. And also just the way they talk, they can be unpredictable. They start being either moments of either extreme happiness or extreme sadness, you know? It's just on the extreme. So maybe you can just read off on first their appearance and secondly just how the child is, because I'm sure you know your child, you know how they normally act.
That's true.
So have they changed? And if they've changed, what is the cause of the change? And also the friends they surround themselves with, and also listen to other people. You know, some parents are they shield their children so much. Someone comes and tell you, by the way, this person has been doing this and this. You're like, I apana, not my child.
You can't like...
Yes, you can't. You don't want to believe it. So also listen to what other people are saying about your child and investigate. And if you discover it's drugs, approach them in a manner that they will see they need change. Also the approach will determine if the person will want a change or they'll just want to go back to their normal ways.
So I feel like if you're using any drug and it's not actually it's not causing any positive impact in your life, then why don't you quit it? If it's not of impact, then why are you using it?
Yeah.
Why are you wasting your money, whereas you could do something better with the cash you're using the drugs?
Yeah.
So try and invest that cash or do something nice. Just keep yourself busy. Stop idling, because when you idle, at the end of the day, that is...
You might find yourself doing drugs.
So drug abuse, people are abusing drugs, but we're trying to evade that.
Yeah.
People are trying to ignore the fact that drugs are not being used.
Yes.
Parents, mostly the parents are trying to ignore the fact that their children might be using bang or maybe alcohol.
Yes.
And the fact is, youths out there are using these drugs. Then if you know anyone or if you think you can help a friend, go ahead, talk to them, advise them, and if they don't listen, just do your part, and I think God will do the rest.
Yeah, true.
In case you have any question or you want to comment about drug abuse, just do that. Apo chini, apo. Take your question.
So mine is on self-esteem and self-confidence.
Self-esteem and
Yes,
self-confidence.
self-esteem and self-confidence.
Self-esteem and self-confidence. Do we need to explain?
We can just expound. Self-esteem is how you view yourself. Yeah, just do you view yourself in high regards or do you view yourself in low regards?
Wow.
Yes.
So
and
how do you
self-confidence. For me,
Yeah.
I think, as you can see, I view myself in high regards.
Oh,
Very
that's
high
nice.
regards. Yeah. So if I think, it comes to an age, especially in adolescence, where your self-esteem can start to go down, especially when you start experiencing changes that you don't like. Can be something small, from having acne, you know, you're starting to add weight, or your friends look a certain way and you don't look that way. But as we start aging, self-confidence and self-esteem can come from what work are you doing, how much are you earning.
Especially for those guys of school and whatever.
Yeah, if you're working, are you driving? So sometimes things like those can affect your self-esteem and self-confidence.
Wow.
Yeah, so you didn't tell me, so how is your self-esteem?
Hey, who could you? Like, I tend to feel like I am unique in my own way.
True.
And when I have to do something, another person will not do it in terms of how I'll do it.
Yeah.
So when I start doing something, let me do it as I can, and let me stand out. And of course, when you get, positive remarks from people really build your self-esteem.
compliments.
Yes. like, Alice, today you look nice.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
so
you.
you see, when someone tells you that, you tend to feel
Yeah.
more confident about
Yeah.
yourself, and of course you feel like addressing the nation. Yeah. So self-esteem and self-confidence, I guess they are the key to achieving what you want in life.
Yes, true.
Because come to think about it, I can't be a teacher if I am not confident about who I am.
Yes.
Because you'll be standing in front of a class and you're like, Sisi huyu anasema,
Yeah, you start shying.
what is this person thinking about me? And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, wewe ndio utakuwa stressed up and all that.
So I also think for someone to have self-confidence, maybe you wonder, how can I regain my self-confidence and esteem? So first is you have to love yourself.
Love yourself.
Yes, love yourself. You can just look at yourself. What do you like about yourself? What do you think is unique about you?
Yourself.
Yeah. So look at yourself in a mirror. Remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God. And you are made in his likeness and image. So first, like yourself, love yourself actually, because the way you carry yourself is also the way people will
carry you out.
So if you don't like yourself,
People will
why
not
do you
like you.
why do you expect
Why will
people to
I
like you? Yeah, so first it starts with you, it starts within. It will also show outward. How do you dress? How do you talk? There's some people who can't talk in front of people because they are shy.
They fear.
Yeah. So how do you express yourself? When you stand, how are you standing? Stand upright. When you sit upright. It's the small things that really contribute to the whole self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Yeah.
I also feel like it's not about what people think about you.
Yeah.
It's about what you think
Yes.
about yourself.
What you say about yourself.
Because one thing with humans, they will never be satisfied.
True.
One time I cut my hair, you look
Yeah.
okay. Another person will say, why did you have to
Yeah.
do this? The other time I have dreads on my head and everyone is like, oh, you look nice. And some will be like, no, twice of you too. So the moment you start listening to people out there, it feels like you will never satisfy.
True.
You will never satisfy the crowd. So just be yourself, maintain yourself, always think positive about yourself. And
Good,
I
yeah.
think from that you will really, really improve your self-esteem.
Yeah, and it starts small. Today, tell yourself, I am beautiful, I am brave, I am kind, I am smart. So affirmations. So have words of affirmations that you can tell yourself every day that will help you to build your confidence.
Yes.
And start small. It doesn't have to be today you are at 0 and tomorrow we expect you to be at 100.
Yes.
Something that you will have to build over time.
Kabisa.
Yeah.
So my viewers, remember that you are beautiful, you are handsome out there, and let no one tell you that you don't look good, okay?
Yeah.
Like, be yourself, stand out. There is no one who will be you. It's you and you alone. So actually today we'll just discuss about the normal things that affect us and how we can deal with them. So right now we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue and make it more fun. Thank you. Welcome back to today's episode, and we have discussed about drug abuse. We have also discussed about self-esteem and, of course, confidence. And we've talked a lot, and we've said that you need to build your self-confidence, and it all starts from within. Alice,
Yeah.
see, we take another one.
Yeah, sure. Who was the last one?
No, you just take.
Okay.
Boom.
So relationships.
Uh-huh.
So it's parental and also of the opposite sex.
Relationships.
Relationships.
Relationships. Relationship is broad.
Yeah, it's broad, but I think let's just narrow it down to parental and the opposite sex.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think as you grow up, you might find yourself having strained relationships with your parents, especially when you get to that teenage age and when you're a youth, when you feel you have the the freedom. You
You've
feel you
made
are
it.
old enough to do things on your own.
Yes.
But you still you forget you're still under your parents' roof. They
Yes.
provide for you. So I think at that age you can experience stressed parental relationships, and I think this can be sorted out in two ways. So first, the parents, especially parents of this age where you're raising, let me say, millennials.
Yes.
So I think we are not that old, but they are very different from us. They have so much at their fingertips of regards to information. They have their phones.
And we tend to feel like we know more than they do.
Yeah,
and whatever they're telling us is way old school.
Backward. Yeah.
And we want to like have fun.
Yes.
But their fun is different from ours.
From what the parents had. So I think for parents, one, understand that this is a different generation you're raising.
Yes.
You can't. I don't think this generation you can raise with a kiboko.
True. You cannot.
The child might even take that kiboko and threaten to beat you. It's very different.
We like no. Well, ma'am, you have to understand. You have to understand that this is a different generation.
Yeah.
And I guess the only way you can sync with them is try to understand them better.
Yeah.
Try to, is it run in their world? Because they have a different world from yours.
Yeah.
So many things are so different when you come to think about it.
Yeah.
When it comes to relationships, education, you know, everyone. I guess parents all believe that when it comes to life matters, you first need to have those degrees. They don't believe in these talents. They don't believe that you can make it through your talents and all that. And I guess that is where most of the parents and children are like parting ways.
They drift apart. But I'm not saying that parents should not parent. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you have to understand that this is a different generation and you will have to learn how to parent differently. So talk more to your children and be there. Because at this age, even young children, they even know about sex. Things that we didn't know when we were young because of the media. Other children also know about it. They share in school. So talk to your children. Be open.
Don't fear.
Yes, don't fear to tell them issues.
Don't make it so...
Yeah, it's
just
like a secret.
Up. Yes.
Yeah. So talk to them. Be open. And also offer a listening ear. Most of our parents, sometimes they don't listen. So offer a listening ear. And also remember to parent. Some parents seem like they are afraid of their children. Hey, parent, tell them it's like this. Be open.
This is what is right.
Yeah,
this is what is wrong. What is your view?
Yeah.
You know, always listen to your kids'
Listen to the view.
Because with that, it bonds you more. It makes you more connected to your kid because you will understand what he or she wants and whatever.
Yeah, and also for the kids, remember that your parents know more than you.
Yes, and
they were born way ahead of you, and they have experienced something that you also will experience. Maybe not in the same magnitude as you, but the experiences might be the same. So listen to your parents and also tell them how you feel.
Yes.
They won't understand you if you don't speak to them.
So you have to be open. You have to say what you think.
Yeah.
Don't let it be like it's a one-party thing. Let it be like...
True.
Yeah. Listen to me. I listen to you. Then let's. But always listen to your parents.
At the end of the day, the parents have the upper hand.
Yeah. So upper always hand. Listen. Then the other relationship.
Yeah. Opposite sex.
Opposite sex.
So I think this will need another session to discuss
because it's heavy and it's so broad.
And it has so many things to talk about.
But it says something.
But at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, all of us will relate or we relate to the people of the opposite sex.
Yes.
So just one, define the relationship. What are the goals of the relationship? Is the relationship helpful for now? Because maybe if you're 25, okay, there's an age where you will start dating and hopefully get a life partner. But if you are still in school, that's not an ideal goal. So ask yourself, at this age, is this relationship taking me anywhere? So you don't have to have a boyfriend when you're in school. That's not a goal, and it won't help you in your studies. So look at your where are you in life? How is that relationship helping you to achieve your goals?
Yes. So
Yeah.
just know where it's leading. Nowadays, it's not about a boy-girl relationship. It's
Yeah.
also the fact that I can have a male friend who is very close to me, but we ain't dating. So I guess also people should understand that it's people have friends. It's not all about a relationship. It's not all about dating and all that. I feel like we also need to, know other people better and don't judge because you've seen me with a guy. Say, hey, McKenna, hey, yeah, that is how I feel.
I think the leading key thing here is boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yes. So
Respect
it's okay. You have a
boundaries.
boy who is a friend who you're not with intimately, but just have boundaries.
Okay.
Let them be clear. I think for all relationships, boundaries and respect. Yeah, I think that's what I can say.
Matter a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so relationship is broad, and I feel like we just need a full session of relationships so that at least many things can be tackled in that session. So let me take another point, and the other one is transitioning from school. Transitioning from school, what we mean by transitioning from school is after maybe university life, college life, how do you now adapt to the fact that you're off school and you need to depend on yourself? That is what we mean.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do this. So you tell us, you're already done with school, you're working. So how was it for you?
So one thing you have to know about transitioning is that there are changes. So there'll be a change from what you were doing to what you are going to do next. So transitioning can be from primary school to high school, so that's clear. Then after high school, maybe you can have a waiting period, and then eventually you go to university. And then after university, there's the working life.
Yes.
So I think you have to be prepared for every stage of your transitioning.
Yes.
So be prepared. So what am I going to do in the next chapter of my life? So be prepared. Know what that stage demands of you so that you're able to focus on a goal. So for every transitioning, I just say you be aware that there will be changes.
Have plans.
Yes, have plans and have your eyes set on the goal.
I have remembered of something. When you're almost done with your college or university life, you always not told. You're done with school. No, it's about you. It's like you're making me fear the other step I'm going to take because you're like, life out here is very hard. It's not easy. You have to depend on yourself. That is not right.
But it's the reality.
Okay, it's the reality, yes.
Yeah.
But let me figure it out for myself. What is the need of you telling me that life out here is hard? Whereas, wewe ndio imekupiga. Let me just figure it out for myself. Don't make me feel like, no, acha tu nijijulie mimi mwenyewe.
I think it's the joy of, let's say, a parent or an older sibling to help you figure out your next chapter. Because honestly, life out here can be hard.
Which is true.
Yes, because not everyone will be fresh out of campus and get a job.
Very true.
Not everyone will have supportive parents who will help you when you're tarmacking looking for jobs. So it's true. Yes, life can be hard, but remember, we have a God who can help us in every transition of our lives.
And most of our youths don't want to do hard things to make it in life. You just want the smooth way. And trust you me, nothing comes easy. You have to work for it. You have to dig in for it so that you can make it. But most of us want smooth things.
Yes.
Like, I just wake up today and I'm rich.
Yeah.
It can't happen. It can't happen. You just have to dig and work hard for it.
Yeah, so that's why people call us the microwave generation. We want things
ready things.
Ready-made.
Ready things.
But remember, success is, for you to attain success, a level of success that even the world can recognize. It takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah, so I just think that for every transition, be prepared for the changes. Have a goal in mind.
Have also a plan for what you want to do.
Set your eyes on the goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also remember God has the final say. Like, involve God in whatever you do. If it's planning, if it's the goals, if anything, you just involve God in it because He always gives you the directives. And in that way, it's easier for you to do so. And we do the last one?
Yeah, we do the last one. And the last one is on peer pressure. Yeah.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
So I'd say peer pressure is just pressure from your peers, as the word suggests.
Yes.
Just pressure. It comes in many levels, from when you are young to when you get to being a teenager, and even I'm sure our parents get peer pressure.
Does it in any way affect you? I guess when we say peer pressure, we think of it in a very negative manner.
Yeah.
We don't always
most of the
think.
time.
Yes. And is it possible for peers to affect you positively?
Positively, yes. You can have positive peer pressure,
Uh-huh.
where you maybe find a friend of yours does so well in school, and you also feel you have the urge to do well.
Uh-huh.
So they can help you to attain that level of education that you want to attain.
Okay.
I think most of the times when we are talking to the youth, we think of the negative peer pressure because the effects are more.
Are more.
Yes.
So you as a teacher, let me just ask, because you're a teacher and you've dealt with teenagers, and of course teenagers are very, very much affected with this peer pressure.
Yeah.
How do you tackle it in school? Like how do you tackle the peers? How do you like manage all these things? Because in high school people start using drugs. In high school you're influenced. You went to school to study,
Yes.
but you go there, read, bigger story. So how do you deal with it as a teacher?
So peer pressure in school, as you said, it can be either to do with drugs or even to start having sex at an early age.
Yes.
Or just to stop reading because you're like, I'm in Form 1, I have 4 years to get to Form 4. I can just start wasting time and read in Form 4. So first, ask the person to remember why they are there. So what is the purpose of you being in school? So are your parents paying school fees for you to waste
Come and
time
sleep.
and sleep? No. And also, look at your peers. So some of them have rich parents. They've been told, wait, after a certificate,
We
after
just
that,
need the cert.
just come and work in the company. And yet you are a child from a slum.
A very humble background.
When you finish school, your lives will be different.
Very different.
So look at yourself. Why am I here? What is my goal? So sometimes students come to school, yet they don't have a goal. They just came because their parents brought them. So I try to help the students to get a goal. So what is your view for the future? And also peer pressure these days can be in the direction of social media. So you start following people and you start feeling like a pressure there that, I'm 22, I'm not driving yet. My classmate who you are in the same class
they're
with
driving.
is driving. I'm 30, I'm not married, yet my friend is married with 3 kids. So remember that our lives will happen differently. We also have it's not like a book where number 1 this is supposed to happen, number 2 like it won't follow the same.
Everything falls in place with time.
Yes, with time everything falls into place. Our lives are not the same. So remember first who you are.
Yes. What your aim is,
yes.
what your goal is.
Yeah. Let God tell you your purpose in life. If you live within your purpose, things like this will not sway you.
True.
Yeah, so know your purpose, live within it, and strive to attain it.
No matter how the storms come.
Yes.
Just take it because you know where you're headed to.
Yeah.
I want this is what I'll achieve. So just go for it. Don't be swayed. Mostly the social media.
Yeah. And social media can be used wisely. So not everything about social media is bad. It can be used wisely. So for example, you can start a business page
through social media,
Yeah,
and
through social
it's
media.
actually working.
Yes.
It's working.
Yeah, it's working. So look at ways in which social media can help you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's use everything positively. Let's make this thing work for us, and don't be swayed. Social media is actually lying to us. Most of the people in social media will make you feel like pressured because they're lying. You'll find yourself, okay, mostly, I'll use the word mostly because people there are living fake lives. You just want to trend on social media. You want to get likes on your Instagram and all that. So people out there are living lies, and from those lies you pressure your life, and at the end of it all maybe you fall into a depression and all that. So just be you.
Also at the end of the day, remember that no one is posting their failures.
True.
I won't post myself in my shabby clothes
No, you will
in the
not.
shamba working. I will
Yes.
post myself when I'm neatly dressed.
Yes.
When I've gone to Dubai for a vacation.
Oh.
So remember, no one is posting their failures.
That is very true, by the way. And due to time, I'd like to take final remarks from Alice to, of course, our viewers.
So viewers, I'd just like to let you know that one, God loves you and has a wonderful plan for your life. No matter what you're experiencing now, remember that God has you and has a wonderful plan for your life. Secondly, remember to have high self-esteem. Hold yourself in high regards. The way you present yourself is how people will take you.
That is true.
And then lastly, don't be prone to peer pressure, because everyone has their own life mapped out. So just because I'm driving at 20 doesn't mean that you also have to drive at 20. So don't be peer pressured, and God loves you.
Thank you so much, Alice, for coming today. And we really feel humbled as the Dhamana Talk Show team. And God bless you very, very much. And to my viewers, thank you so much for tuning in till the end of the show. It has been a blessing. And I'd like you to follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages. And do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I have been your host, Pauline McKenna. Until next time, God bless.